Okay, I'm going to admit. And hello, my dear Yvonne. How are you?
Oh, hi,
Welcome.
Kike. Oh, thank you. And it's absolutely wonderful to be here with you today. And what a great topic we've got. And let's enjoy this Zoompod and share our thoughts and also share with other people.
Yes. Let's start. Well, first of all, welcome to everybody. Well, I'm going to try translate in Spanish and in English. We're going to do it in some way because if someone doesn't. So, bienvenidos. Estamos aquí con Yvonne en estas conversaciones, rápidas conversaciones que llamamos Sparkly Topics y que van a durar 10, 15 minutos como mucho. Hola, Ofra, gracias por estar aquí. So, welcome everybody. And the main idea of this fast topic is to have a new perspective and that people takes inspiration and motivation. Is that correct, my dear Yvonne?
Yeah, because often we forget how to express ourselves. And also, it's really important understanding and listening to other people's points of view. Punto de vista is really good because sometimes we feel very isolated with our thought and being able to share. We hope that we are stimulating you to think about our topic and explore it after the session has finished.
Right. So, well, if you want, we can start introducing ourselves in 1 minute, and then we are going to talk about this topic that it's the purpose or why. So, but first of all, who is Yvonne Dalorto in 1 minute?
Okay, so my name is Yvonne and I live both in Spain and in the UK. I'm very lucky to have that. And I also work in education. For working in education, I recognize that emotional IQ and social and emotional learning was absolutely key to the way that children learn, but also that trickled on to the adults. So I have done my training with points of view. I am an expert facilitator. And I love my job. I love the fact that just one session can help people move to a different area of thinking and also a way of resolving issues. It's a fantastic journey that I'm going on, along with people like you too. So, and have a great colleague, Kike, who will now introduce himself.
Yes, well, thank you, Yvonne. Yes, well, I'm Quique Torres. I was born in Mexico, but now I'm living in Spain since 20 years ago, and I'm work on the airline industry, but also I work as a coach and as facilitator and creator of workshops with creativity. And one of my main topics is about vulnerability. And we are going to talk about on these topics, we're going to talk about vulnerability and a lot of things. And I'm really grateful for having Yvonne as a colleague and sharing these projects in order to make people more people have more tools to have a meaningful life and have more inspiration and motivation. So thank you. And well, we start. So our first topic on for today, we're going to talk about purpose. What is your purpose and what is your why, as Simon Sinek said. So would you like to start, my dear Yvonne?
I would love to start. And it's a curious word, purpose, because we can use it in many different ways. You know, what is my purpose? What is the purpose of doing that? And I think also it's one of the things that we lose because we have so many things going on in our life. And also purpose can be very different from one person to the other. And one thing I've recognizes that we can also be someone else's purpose, the reason why they do things, the reason why they want to achieve. But as Kike said, the purpose should really fundamentally be your why. What is your why? And who are you? What is your role in the world? And that sounds pretty heavy. But if we look at it on a day-to-day role, our purpose, what is our purpose in life? And sometimes we connect purpose only with our job, a role that we have to do. Okay, that's a significant purpose in our life. But sometimes we forget the why, the authenticity of our role within our lives, the reason why, the purpose why. And I had a thought earlier on today, is that with all the media and everything going on around us, we're always listening to someone else's opinion and voice. And we have lost that ability to have that inner monologue, to ask ourselves, what is my why? What is my purpose? We're always looking at somebody else's and trying to measure up to theirs without really reflecting upon what is my authentic purpose? What do I really want? What do I need to do? Sometimes it's only a small thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. And I think in not knowing our purpose is really distracting, because we're constantly looking for something to soothe that inner wave of, I don't know what I'm doing and why am I here and doing it. Like a tsunami, it can raise up. So I think it's a feeling of meaningfulness, our purpose, what we can do, but also, as Kike is the expert on this, our vulnerability is recognizing the areas where I might need help with my purpose. So the point of us doing these sessions is to progressively ask ourselves, what is my purpose? It sounds like a really big question, but actually it might have some very simple answers that we hope we can help you find. Isn't that right, Kike?
It's absolutely right. And let me tell you about what you say. And then the main point for me, because everybody, if you ask everybody, what is your purpose? What is your why? I think 90% of the people, they will know really, they really know, don't know answer the question. They don't have an idea of the real purpose. And for me, one of the best things to start looking for your purpose, if you don't know it yet, is look at your story. Go back to your childhood and start thinking in things that you made. And when you do these things or you made it, how you feel it? How was your response? And it could be when you help your grandmother or your parents, or even if you have something like a club or a group of people that are helping or are looking, take care of the animals or the environment. You have to look for that in order to find the real thing. And it's like a journey. You have to go inside the journey. Because let me tell you, Yvonne, if I ask you directly, like, what is your purpose, Yvonne? It's really hard to answer in some way. It's
I was going to ask you the same question. What is your purpose? Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Yeah.
I mean, I know that if you are going to answer me because you already work on it, and you also, you are making your inner journey and you are find it. But people who are not very used on these topics, it's hard, I think. So my suggestion is go back to your childhood and start looking, asking yourself, what made me happy on that time, and continue on your line of your storyline and you will find some similarity of the things that you are doing in the past.
And I think you're correct, because sometimes we lose our inner voice. We're so busy listening to other people's purpose or their why or what they're doing and thinking, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this. I need to be doing what they're doing. It's sometimes we lose our inner voice and lose our sense of purpose. And yes, it's a humbling experience sometimes to be able to take that journey back and recognize what your purpose is, but also the people that helped you build the purpose that you have, because it is also the interactions you have with others and building on what you have done and how the purpose can change, but it also can be a positive, authentic thing when you find it. Have you found your purpose, Kike?
Yes, I think yes. I really know my purpose right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really, but let me tell you, in not more than 2 or 3 years ago, like I have my real and I write my real purpose. And I'm thinking right now, like we are going to move in this month about the purpose. I suggest that people who is going to follow us, at the end of the month, we are going to give you a really simple structure to write their purpose once they find it. And it's really, really simple, but I don't want to say it until when we advance on the next weeks. But yes, I already know. And when I read it, or when I read it, I feel it in my heart. And that's the other point. You have to feel it. Your main purpose, you have to feel it in your stomach, in your soul, in your heart.
And I think people may be thinking, well, what's the point in trying to take this journey? I think validating your purpose and understanding your why can change a lot of things within your life. It can give you the reason. It can give you the trajectory. It can give you the road you need to follow. And that's why at the moment, for a lot of people, it's very confusing with all the messages they're getting about what you should be doing. And finding your authentic purpose is a powerful thing to have within your life. And I think you'll agree that we went through a lot of work to find our purpose.
Right.
Painful, sad, happy, but we now know where we want to go and we now know what we don't want. So we have our purpose mapped for us.
Right. And just to say you are going to work with vulnerability, because looking for your purpose, you have to be vulnerable, because you are going, as you say, you are going to find your authenticity, and finding your authenticity is recognize yourself as the whole human being you are, but that's vulnerable. And so, but we are going to be with you in this journey.
And one of the things we're excited to share with you is with these little Zoom pods, little things that you can do with yourself once the session is over. Things that you can ask yourself, a little question to help you reflect on what we've been doing. This is just the start, and it will be a wonderful journey to have you with us so that you can just check in for 15 minutes until we get to the big session, and also to share with you our thoughts and also some tools that can help you with your process.
Yeah, that's correct. And well, I'm going to say the question for these people for today, and they can work all the week, the long week, and until we see us next week. And the question is, what do you want to express, do, or be? So that's the question. What do you want to express, do, or be? And just think about it, and don't, just let your inner voice answer you. And one of my suggestions is, if you can start writing 2 pages in the morning with that questions, and don't bother about my grammar, my spelling. Just let your in the morning, your hand and your pen, and see where the writing goes. And yes.
I was going to say, Kike, what you're mentioning, which is journaling, is a very powerful tool as well to clear the brain of everything, clutter, before you start the day. So it's a powerful tool, journaling.
Yeah. And so we're going to finish, but with one thing. We're going to show one of, well, we are going to choose one card, a picture, a photograph that probably represent our purpose, doesn't it? Okay, you have it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be using the coaching game. What are you using, Kike?
I'm using Flow, the game of points of view. Okay. So you want to start?
All right, I'm going to pick the card face down. I'm not going to look. And oh, wow. This is my card, calling.
Wow.
Calling. That's quite a powerful one for me.
Calling, it's powerful.
Yeah, calling. Yeah.
Great. So I'm going to choose my A. And mine is this one.
Oh. Yeah. Comparison. So
comparison.
Yeah. So if you have the tools, pick your own card to go with the question. And Kike and I will use our cards to go with the question as well, you know, calling and comparison. So I find this quite good because purpose is about your calling, isn't it? What you
Isn't it? It's a very, very good.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's what stands out. You know, what is really standing out to me in my card. And yours with comparison. The first thing I'm thinking about is what I said, how we compare our lives to other people.
Right.
It's not always the same. They may look the same, but deep down they're not the same. So this is purpose as well.
Yeah.
So
and probably the message for me is also look at yourself. Don't compare. Don't look outside. Look inside and stop comparing.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
Well, I think we've ended on some really good cards, and I hope you've enjoyed this opening session. And please think about the question and your responses to it. It's personal to you. You don't have to share it with anyone. But what we do hope is that it opens up a line of thought for you. It opens up the gates for more work that we will do together and enjoy the process. Yeah, that's great. And I'm going to repeat, the question is, what do you want to express, make, or do, or be? So think about it. And well, thank you, Ofra, for being here. Thank you, everybody. We are going to continue doing this next week. We're going to send it to the on social media, and we're going to share a lot of things. So Yvonne, thank you very much. I hope to see you next week. Yes, and thank you, everybody. And please give yourself a few moments to do this. Have a pause in your life. Just slow down and pause and just reflect on yourself for a little while. It's not a big thing to ask, is it, Kike? No, it's just to think. Well, thank you, Oprah. Thank you.
Very beautiful. I like it. Like it very much. The question and the dialogue was very, very interesting, interesting and profundo inside. Yeah.
Thank you, Oprah. Well, te esperamos la próxima. We're waiting for you next week, okay?
Okay.
Well, see you.
See you.
See you next week. Thank you, Yvonne.
See you.
Thank you, Kike. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.